How did it feel to get out there, play?
Felt great. I mean, that's why I came here, to play in big-time games. So, you know, it was a bit of a dream come true.
However, when you hear, like, the coaches were talking last year, you were talked about, but it's particularly during this camp, people were talking about yourself and Nico having really good camps. What is it like hearing all that talk, and then, you know, like with Chris saying finally having that chance to get out there and play, sort of like a level of anticipation?
Yeah, there's a little bit of anticipation. I mean, you work hard all camp to potentially get playing time in a game, and then when the game comes, it's just like the reward.
What were you doing this camp to gain all that attention?
A big piece that Harbaugh really emphasized for me was being consistent every day with assignments and making plays and being aggressive. So those were things I kept in mind every day at practice, and you know, kind of helped me get in the rotation a little bit.
How would you assess your plans headed?
I think I did pretty well. Didn't get in a ton, but plays that I got in, I feel like I executed my job. So.
What have you picked up from maybe Grant? Just different advice he's given you?
Picked up a lot. He's naturally a savvy guy, and he's got a lot of insight on the position, and he helps with just alignments on the field, like certain releases, identifying coverages. So, I mean, that guy, he helps a ton. He's a really good mentor for all the receivers.
Oliver, what's the biggest gain you've had from last year to this year?
I think I improved on my releases a little bit. That was a big area of improvement, and then learning all the different receiver positions. So whenever there's a rotation, whether it be the X, Z, or F position, I can go in.
Could you walk us through it? What do you mean, like specifically on your release? Is it the timing, or are you doing the footwork?
Yeah, it's just different techniques that Coach McDaniels, Coach McElwain, and Coach Roundtree have helped us with. Last year we didn't necessarily have particular release techniques to work, and they've really emphasized new techniques this year going against. I mean, we've had periods in practice where we just go one-on-one releases against the DBs, and I think that's helped a lot with all the receivers.
What did you see on that long pass play from Shea?
So I had a seam release corner and cover two, and I kind of got bumped outside a little bit early, so I got on the sideline quick, and then I saw Shea scrambling and kind of motioned me in, and I felt the defense kind of overplay a little bit, so I just cut back across the field, and there was that little hole in the defense that he hit me on. So.
Will it take time to get used to, Shea extending the play and then turn around and help him out?
A little bit. We kind of had a little more practice with that this year with Shea at quarterback, because he has that ability. So the practice helped. It helped us anticipate it a little bit more in the game.
How often do you work that kind of scramble drill stuff, or is it more just a natural in-game kind of thing?
It's a little bit of the natural in-game kind of thing, but the coaches go over with us in meetings what to do in those situations.
What do you think's allowed Nico to improve since you guys came in?
I think time, just getting a feel for the offense has helped a lot. He's always been naturally gifted. And then also, I mean, in the weight room, he put on some weight, and I think that helped him with his physicality a little bit more in routes.
Having a big group of young receivers, do you guys support each other just to stay locked in until you get chances like you're getting now?
Yeah, definitely. We all support each other pretty well, and then, I mean, Grant's kind of the leader of it. He's really good at rallying the group through whether we're tired or in-game situations and stuff like that.
What was his message to everybody following Notre Dame?
Don't let this game define us. That was a big message from the coaches, and then Grant especially. I think what he said after practice today was the hungry dog eats best, or plays best. So, I mean, he's good with being a mentor and having insight like that. I don't know if I got that quote exactly, but it was something along those lines.
What's the mentality been like specifically around the offense?
Everybody playing fast and then executing their job. That's one thing that the coach has harped on a little bit over the past few weeks, is playing fast.
You mentioned learning several spots. How much did Tariq's injury affect you personally about what you were going to do and how much you had to step up?
I had to play a little bit more of the X position, where traditionally I played a little bit more Z and F. So I just have to be ready to play any of the 3 positions. And then that that goes the same for the other receivers too. You have to be able to play all the positions.
Oliver, when you say playing fast, is that like knowing your assignment quickly, speeding up tempo? What does that mean exactly?
Yeah, sometimes guys think about their assignment too much and whether we have to adjust the play or block a different guy or convert a route. And coach just wants us to play fast and not think so much sometimes.
Is it process fast?
Yeah.
Process fast.
Surprised how calm and cool McCaffrey looked when he got in there?
I wasn't surprised. I mean, he's a really smart kid, and that's kind of the demeanor he's always carried himself with. I was really happy to see him get in and then run the offense like that and execute plays. It was really cool. But, I mean, I expected that from him.
Oliver, I know you guys talk about blocking out outside noise. Is that something the veterans kind of talk about openly? You know, don't worry about this stuff.
Yeah, some of the coaches talk about it too. The only people that matter are within the program and what they have to say.
Time for a couple more for Oliver.
So that hungry dog thing, is it team-wide or is it just for you guys?
It's definitely a team-wide mentality, but Grant mentioned it specifically to the receiver group after practice.
And how, I mean, really, what does that mean? I mean, doesn't mean you're underdogs, right? It just means you gotta fight more for balls.
Just being ambitious, being hungry, being driven.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let a loss bring you down a little bit. Stay driven to prepare for the next game. I think that's what he meant with the message.
What was Shea like as a leader after that? I mean, he seemed like he took it pretty hard, and when he came and talked to us after the game, how was he?
Yeah, he's a great leader. He's really confident in the huddle, and it kind of washes over the offense, and you can feel that sense of confidence when he's in the huddle.
Does Grant have any other quotable lines or words of wisdom, tidbit things that he's shared with you guys?
Not off the top of my head that I can remember or recite perfectly.
How much do you specifically look to Grant? You guys are similar in size, play a similar position. Just him being the older guy and you kind of getting going right now.
I look to him a lot for advice on different plays and different adjustments and stuff because he's been around for 4 years and he obviously knows the position really well, so he's got a lot of insight on it.
We've heard a lot about Ronnie Bell's athleticism. What have you seen from him?
He's really naturally athletic. He's got great jumping ability and natural shiftiness, and that's shown through camp.
What are your strengths, Oliver?
I think I'm a good route runner, good at releases, and explosive.
Oliver, how has the vibe of practice been this week compared to last week?
It's been pretty much the same. I think everyone's still driven and hungry. Everyone was just as upbeat. I didn't notice anyone really down after the loss. That kind of went away on Sunday. You kind of have to switch your mindset at that point and not dwell on a loss. So I think everyone's done a good job with that.
Coaches, with the game under your belt and tape to review, have they been more direct or anything they're dealing with you guys?
A little bit on Monday, but I haven't really noticed much of a difference now. It's just installing new plays like we usually do and preparing for the new opponent we have the coming week.
How much more do you think you have in playbook this year compared to last year? Something like that?
I have a much better handle on it this year than last year. Last year, I guess I didn't expect the complexity of it coming in, and it was kind of hard to pick up while I was taking classes in the summer. But now, I've got it fine. Spring ball helped a lot with that.
Do you find it's more simplified and easier to understand?
Yeah, the base of it is still the same. It's just we've kind of narrowed some of the plays down and tried to simplify some of the terms just to make it a little easier and quicker to process.
Oliver, do you have a switch and don't take offense that you look like a really nice guy. I mean, how do you get mean on the football field? Because I'm having a hard time picturing you just not saying that you can't, but you know what I mean? You look like you're a nice dude. How do you flip that switch?
I think it's kind of triggered by the game day atmosphere that gets my adrenaline going, and then once you get on the field, you gotta have aggression, and you gotta be mean, and you gotta play fast. And I think that just kind of comes naturally in that environment.
Is that an advantage? Maybe, you know, someone will look at you and say, okay, well, maybe this guy's, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Don't read a book by its cover kind of thing?
Yeah.
Or judge a book by its cover?
Yeah, definitely. I kind of portray that I'm not such a mean guy look, but on game day, I guess I kind of just look serious and focused, and that's kind of how I've always been.
All right. Thank you for the time.
Thank you.
Thanks, Oliver.